Come on, MarioMaster. What's making you so sad?
Life isn't worth living anymore.
Oh, come on. It can't be that bad.
But it is! Canada didn't win the Olympics.
You care about the Olympics?
I love it for its, athlete... What is this word?
Athletes.
Oh, yeah, those thingies.
Anyway, there's no reason to be so sad. I truthfully didn't even know Canada was in the Olympics.
Well, of course I have to be sad. You wrote it in the... I mean... sob, whine. But Canada, sob, moan, whine. Huntzerz, what kind of bullshit is this? When do I ever talk like this? I mean, really?
So, you never act like that about anything.
That's right! Life not worth living.
Wow, did not expect that to work so well. Well, we should get to the show. So, sports. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know anything about sports.
Next. Hello and welcome to Late Night. I am Huntzerz.
And I am the MarioMaster.
Wow, that's the first time I've ever started.
Yes.
Really? That's all you have to say to that? Yes?
Well, yes, it is the first time you've started. Unfortunately, because we don't know much about sports, I don't know if we have a topic today.
Well, it said it a second ago.
Well, there's that, and if you...
Yeah, it's Team Fortress 2.
It is the one I wanted to do for an entire year.
An entire year? Jesus Christ, really?
Yeah, I've been secretly holding it away.
Ah, I see. So this month seems to continue on its trend of MarioMaster Speaks months.
Indeed.
Yep. So, I guess let's jump into it. Today, since Team Fortress 2 is a very wide topic, and if I just tell MarioMaster we can do whatever, it will be here forever. So,
yeah.
We narrowed it down just a tad. We're going to talk about the story of Team Fortress 2 from the classical beginning to the current point, or the future, I guess, is one way to think of it. Since that
the future is like a big part of this now, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. All right, so let's start it up, MarioMaster.
Well, to begin with, in the very, very backstory, right? Mm-hmm. There was this guy named Zephaniah Man. That's hard to say.
Zephaniah Man.
Zephaniah Man, tongue twister. Anyway, he gave birth to, at the time, we only knew about two children named Redmond and Blutarch Man, and they hated each other a lot. And when Zephaniah Man died, he left in his will all the land that they had made him buy for store plot. And so they've been fighting over that ever since. And then they hired 9 mercenaries that looked exactly alike and did the exact same things, but they were just, they wore different colored shirts. And they were the scout, soldier, pyro, demo man, heavy, engineer, medic, sniper, and spy. I
gotta love those hats. Demo pad?
Well, back then there were no hats. Gasp! But yeah, it was them fighting over the land. And that's the basic backstory of Team Fortress. There's these 2 guys who are on a war, and then they fight over a bunch of pits of land.
Yes, but also in the land, or something about the land, brought about a number of minerals that they found useful. Am I correct to say that?
I'm sorry, they brought about a number of what? I missed that.
There was a mineral in the ground, wasn't there?
Oh yes, there was gravel. This is entirely over gravel.
Yeah, that's actually what it is. Like, basically, they gravel-powered everything is their brain of thought. Yes, their brain of thought.
Their brain of thought is that, but their basic thing is that engines run on gravel and whatnot.
I do think that's kind of impressive, because though that's kind of bass-ackwards, it's It's kind of a neat idea. Like, if we could do that, that'd be insanely good.
Insanely good.
Yeah, insanely good. It's our new word of the day. Word of the day, everyone. Good.
Yes. So, there were a bunch of, like, other sides to the story eventually. Like, they kept tacking onto it.
Yeah.
But the basic premise of it is that there's these two guys, and they fight. And that's all you know about in the game. The game doesn't, like, hunker you down with a bunch of story. It's just, you are these guys in these shirts, kill the guys in the other shirts.
Yep.
But as time went on, it became more lucrative. Lucrative is a word.
It is a word. It's a nice word.
It became a more expansive story as things started to happen. For example, the Demo Man and the Soldier, who were on opposite sides at the time. I think it was the Red Demo Man and the Blue Soldier. They became friends, and then the Administrator hated it, and then that became a giant arc of its own.
Let's talk a little bit about the Administrator before we continue on that.
Okay.
The Administrator, the person who I always call the Director, because then MarioMaster gets pissed at me.
Because the Director is someone else entirely who exists as the Director.
Who is the Director?
Well, we'll do that when the replay update comes.
What?
We'll do that when the replay update comes.
Oh, duh! I remember. I just remembered it, yeah. Though that's not... Anyways. The Administrator!
Mm-hmm.
Roping it back in. Yeehaw.
Yeah, you want me to do it? The Administrator is that weird lady who, like, sits in her desk and yells commands at both teams.
Yeah, like
they're both run by the same company, TF Industries. Wonder what that could stand for. But for some reason, it's just fighting for their own amusement, and so she yells commands at both of them, and that's her thing. She just like rules over both sides.
Yeah, and basically, the two guys, the blue guy and the red guy, the big guys, the guys who are running each of the two mark sides, are basically spending every cent of their fortune on these mercs and stuff. Like, if you remember from the Heavies thing, it takes something large amount of money.
It's $400,000 to fire his weapon for 12 seconds.
Imagine what you could do with $400,000. I could think of so many more things to do than kill each other. Like, maybe hire a lawyer. Like, maybe hire a lawyer to sort this out. Yeah. I mean, you know, I like the game, but
this way is more fun.
That'd be true. So anyways, the Administrator, like, if you might remember from the Meet the Spy video, where there's like a red spy is in the base. That's her who does that. She lights up those things. She does all that fun stuff.
And she has an assistant, Miss Pauling is her name. And she is like the logic and reasoning is what I was going at there.
Yep, the straight man in the entire thing.
Which is, she pretty much is the only straight woman in this entire thing, because pretty much everyone else is batshit crazy.
Mm-hmm. Even the Scout. Well, actually, especially the Scout.
And the Soldier. The Soldier is like, has a pretty loose grip on reality. I mean, like, if you assumed that shooting a rocket at your feet would make you fly instead of explode, you know.
Yeah, I know. If you've got to be pretty screwed up in the head to make that actually work, too. Like, there has got to be something going on there for the fact that actually worked.
Indeed. Some force of gravity.
Yeah, and then he taught the Demo Man it with his sticky bombs or something like that.
With his sticky bombs. That's how these tactics are learned. So, are we talking about the war update, or are we talking about Team Fortress 1? What's going on?
We're into Team Fortress 2 at this point.
We're talking about the update.
And how did the hats become an influence to get the soldiers to fight?
The hats weren't an influence to get anyone to fight.
Oh.
The hats were something else entirely. But basically, the war update was the Demo Man and the Soldier on opposite sides became friends. And the Administrator hated that because if there were guys on the other team, they were friends. They could tell that this weird lady has been yelling commands at both sides, and then it would be ruined.
Wait, so the fact that they don't realize... That's actually interesting. So they don't realize that the same person is yelling commands to them on either side.
Nope.
Well,
they don't know that they're being run by the same company. They think they're just two warring sides.
Let's introduce their names really quick before we continue on the name of the soldier and demo.
The soldier is Jane Doe. Mr. Jane Doe is his name. It is an army placeholder name used for females on occasion.
Yeah, mostly female. Not like ever men.
And the demo man is Tavish de Groot.
Yep. Which is an interesting name, I must say.
Yes. He is, for some reason, a black Scotsman. And that's important, because he was white in the concept art.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. The more you know. Mostly because I don't have a clue about any of this crap. Continue.
Well, I don't know why they changed it, but he's black now, and he's always drunk. Like, even... Well, we'll get to that later as well. I'll remember that. Point is, they're friends, and the head above doesn't like that because they can, weird lady yelling commands. And so she bribes either of them with weapons that were new at the time. There was the direct hit.
Avast virus
thank
database
you.
has been updated.
Hold on, I'd like to thank Avast for once again interrupting the show. Continue.
There was the direct hit. I think it was the battalion's backup.
Yeah.
And
the Islander.
Islander. Well, the Islander was the demo man's thing.
Yeah.
Either way, they both got new weapons, basically.
Yeah.
And when they both refused the deal, they were told that the other side had accepted it and was out to kill them.
Yeah, that's fun times. Hold on, let's take a segue off of this for a second and introduce another important character, Saxton Hale.
Oh, well, he wasn't until later, but...
That's true, but still, he's important.
Saxton Hale is this world's Chuck Norris, basically. He's done so much awesome stuff, and he is the proprietor of Manco at the moment, which is a store.
Yep.
It is a real store that you can buy things from.
MarioMaster's favorite store.
My favorite, yes, that's my favorite store. I wish they would make a real one.
Oh my god, if they made a real one, you'd move in.
If they made a real one, yeah. I'd just, buy all their wares every day.
That would be terrible. Especially
and to the winner of the war, going back to the war update, to the winner of the war, there would be a special weapon. At the time, we weren't told what that was, but that was what we had to do in the game. When the war update comic came out, so did the game changed. There was a little HUD at the right side of the screen that showed how many of the other side you killed. If you were a soldier, you were killing demos. If you were a demo man, you were killing soldiers.
Or vice versa.
Well, yes, and they were all tallied up on the website. It was a live action kill feed. And then the one who got the most kills won the weapon.
Who did win?
It was the soldier.
What was the weapon?
The soldier was the weapon was the gunboats. Those things that make you take less damage from rocket jumps.
Huh. That's dumb.
Interestingly, if the demo man won, he would have also gotten the gunboats for sticky jumps.
Really?
So they tested it. So they tested it with both classes, and I guess it worked out fine for both, and it just threw up to whoever won the war got him for real.
But what I find interesting is you more often hear about rocket jumping than you do sticky jumping, yet I see both about the same amount of time.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, I see rocket jumping a lot more often, because people seem to favor the soldier.
Well, rocket jumping involves a little bit more technique. Once you launch stickies, you can't really fire and then, do it again until you land.
Well, that's because if you fuck up, you could kill yourself.
With rocket jumping... Well, really, just 3 stickies would kill yourself. With rocket jumping, you can fire another rocket and go in another direction in the air.
Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah, if you bounce off a wall, you can, wall jump with it. Amazing.
Huh. So you could have, the Soldier Olympics.
They're very maneuverable if you know how to rocket jump properly. So that was the war update. The soldier got the gunboats, and that was it.
Wasn't there another battle between two classes, like the sniper spy or something like that?
Yes, that's actually before this. I'm going in the wrong order. Sniper versus Spy. It was the Sniper update to begin with. The Sniper got the Huntsman and the Girardi and the Bushwhacker. I don't know if it was the Bushwhacker actually. Razorback. That was.
By the way, what's the Sniper's name?
Del Conager is the engineer. The Sniper is Mr. Mundy. We don't know his first name, but he's Mr. Mundy.
All right. And the Spy?
We don't know the Spy. We don't know everyone's name.
Scout?
I don't think we know the Scout. I think I just told you everyone we know the name of.
Oh, okay. Medic?
Anyway, Sniper got his update. It was the Huntsman and the Razorback and Girardi. And then...
I'll mute my mic, you keep going.
And then there was like a 2-day gap between when updates came out. And then the Spy came and backstabbed the Sniper, and it was his update now. Ah! And so the Spy got the Ambassador, and yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Dead Ringer and the Cloak and Dagger were there.
Yeah.
And so they got new weapons, and it was their fight, because the Razorback blocks backstabs, right? So that's that. And then the Sniper versus Spy update is also introduced hats.
That's when hats introduced?
That's when hats came in 2009.
Guessing the trophy hat was the first.
Each class got its own hat. There were 9 to begin with. There was the batter's helmet for the Scout, soldier's stash for the soldier, Pyro's beanie for the Pyro, Demo Man's fro for the Demo Man. You can see a pattern. That's why these are the first hats. The football helmet for the Heavy, mining light for the Engineer. I'm gonna fuck this one up. Persian pickle hobway. I pronounced that entirely wrong, but oh well, for the Medic. And the trophy belt for the Sniper, and the fancy fedora for the Spy. Everyone got their first hats.
Yay! And that was the day MarioMaster was born.
And then it became the biggest thing in this game. After like 2 full years, or at least 1.5 years of not having hats, it just exploded.
And that's when MarioMaster was born.
Yes.
How was your birth, MarioMaster? Was it painful coming out of a hat?
It was like I was born in a hat. That's what I choose to believe. I was born in like the fancy fedora.
What about a fez?
The fez came with the Man Economy update. I couldn't have been born then.
Oh. Anyways, let's move on to the next comic, basically story-based little tidbit after the war.
Okay, after the war, the next comic was actually the Mac update, where they went to an Apple store in the desert somewhere, and they got all these new awesome products.
And then Saxon Hale said, "Screw the new things!"
Yeah, and then Saxon Hale burst in and was like, "I will buy your company," and then that was the end of it.
Saxon Hale buys Mac. Oh dear God.
And that, well, the guy, I think it was like Steve Jobs. We don't know if it was Steve Jobs or not, but he refused to buy, to give Saxon Hale the Apple Store, and it said to be continued, but it was never continued.
Maybe that's because Steve Jobs is dead now.
Well, he wasn't dead 2 years ago.
Yeah, but Valve time.
Anyway.
Valve time is the answer to all.
Valve time is the answer to all questions. And then there was the earbuds with that.
Yep. Which became part of the currency system.
Yes, it's actually a major currency in trading now.
Yeah, we'll get into that in another video if you guys actually want it. Or MarioMaster will probably just get me to do it anyways.
We're doing it. And then shortly after that, because the Mac comic was non-canon, shortly after that there was Loose Cannon. I'd like to believe that was a pun on the name. It's the Engineer comic with the life extender machine and whatnot.
Oh yeah, because basically both of the brothers had been doing this for such a long time.
They're basically dead.
They were basically dead to the world. Like, they were just clinging to life by the threads of their suits. And
They're
they basically
plastic
had to do what they could to stay alive. So they hired an engineer for the life-saving machine. I'm not sure if both of them did that. Did both of them do that, or did each have a slightly different way of doing it?
It was the blue one did it first, and then the red one is like, build one for me.
Oh, okay.
So blue had it first.
So Blue made the machine, basically, which extended his life basically infinitely. I mean, he had to have lived another, like, friggin' 20 years or something into it. Something like that. More than that, actually. Probably,
Well,
like, had to have been, like...
It's a great many years.
Great many years. You notice how the Mercs don't age?
The Mercs, I guess the Mercs age, but, like, they age weirdly.
No, I just imagine it like this. They just say, fuck time, we have logic.
Well, the engineer is quite old.
Really?
He looks older than most of them.
That's true.
The scout is probably, like, in his early
19.
teens, or like
19 or...
yeah, late teens. Anyway.
He seems like a college student, so I'd say like 19 or 20, really.
So they build this life extender machine, and then they periodically die but come back because of the machine.
Yeah, that's a lovely point to it.
They die, and then the machine brings them back. He's just dead.
Oh god, that was the weirdest acid trip. I think I saw Daddy. Really?
It's like, I love that. It's like, he's just dead. He'll come back.
We're not up to that point yet, damn it.
No, that's what happens. The thing, one of them dies, and it's just like, he's just dead. He'll be back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so they basically did that to continue the war for another... however the hell long.
It was. This was set in the 60s, so it's like a good 40, 50 years now.
40, 50?
Yeah, that dealy. It's like a large number.
So it's 40,450.
Yeah, that's how long this has been going for, right? Anyway, after that was Manco, basically.
By the way, I did that wrong. It's 404,050.
Nice. Anyway, Manco was after that.
Yep.
It was like a bunch of people were making their own weapons, and then they're like, well, why don't we just sell them in a store? And so they sold them in a store.
Yeah, very simplistic there. Sweet, honest, to the point, and basically said, we're going to make money off this shit. Yay, virtual economies.
And that's when Saxon Hale came in.
Saxon Hale!
Indeed. And so the Manco store opened, and that was all that. And then that was also when trading came in. So if you want to do that now, we can do that now.
Now we can save it for the virtual economy stuff based off of TF2.
Alright. After Manco, there was a little bit of a lull in comics, and then there was Meet the Director was the next big comic.
Oh yeah, here comes the part that, I was waiting for.
This is why I get mad at you every time you call the administrator the director, because the director is actually someone that the red team hired to do a video on, like, to show what the Merc life is like.
None of the Meet Thas had a blue person, did they?
No Meet the video or anything with Meet the in the title really has had focus on the blue team, except for Meet the Sandwich.
Really?
Meet the Sandwich is filmed inside a comic with the Blue Spy's head, and it is mostly the Blue Scout and the Blue Soldier talking. They get the shit beaten out of them, but they talk.
Okay. Anyways, continuing on. You know what I just realized? TF2 hates the blue team.
Yeah, the red team really is the star team of the thing.
Like, they seem more like the main characters. Anyways, continue.
Well, there are red heavy engineer, sniper, and spy, I think, on the box.
Anyways, continue.
So the director comes, and he is like, the administrator and Miss Pauling are going to kill him at the end, is what they say, but they don't.
Yeah. Lucky him.
So he interviews all the mercs, and then the scout is being like, I'm more of a team player. I tell them all what to do. We rented a film 5 hours ago. That's okay. You can get more. I have fun with stuff to talk about.
Yeah, just like you, MarioMaster.
Yep, the scout is me.
Call me when I talk again.
And yeah, there were just merkin reviews that go down. And that's when the replay system came in. You can film your TF2 matches and put them on YouTube.
Yep.
From inside the game. And then there was Gerard Bort's Crash, which is a 3-page comic. This was interesting, though. This is the interesting one, because this involves something that happened in the real world. Gerard Bort's, I don't know what his thing is, but Gerard Bort's, he had a thing. And
say that 5 times fast really quick.
No.
Do it.
No. He has a website where he sells real versions of the weapons he has in TF2. They're like, they don't fire obviously, but they're like statues and actual guns that you can hold.
Neat.
That cost thousands of dollars.
Is there a Max's severed head there?
No. But they have the futuristic laser guns. Which is okay. They lost the shipment. Right? They said they lost a shipment, and then they're all like, "Oh my God, who has lost all the guns?" But at the same time, there was weird rockets crashing in TF2. There were 3 rockets, I think. Yeah, 3 of them. There were 3 rockets in 3 different maps, and one of them the soldier found. And inside there were space rockets, like space guns.
Okay.
There was that fired lasers. There was a weird rocket launcher and a shotgun, and for some reason a hat and a mustache.
For some reason, a hat and a mustache. I'd like to believe that it came from Santa.
It came from the rocket, and Santa's later.
Okay.
So then there was Bombonomicon, which is the Halloween 2011.
Okay, fine. Say that one 5 times fast.
No.
Bombonomicon, 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 Bombonomicon. There, continue.
So you can do it? There you go.
That sounded so, like, backhanded. That sounded so...
Anyway.
You're an asshole.
This is the Halloween one. Bunch of kids
I want you to die.
Yes, that's what the kids say.
Yeah, now go die.
So kids trick-or-treat with the soldier, and the spy gives them cigarettes, and the heavy gives them $7,000. But then they go to the demo man, and the demo man tells them a really haunted story about when he goes to get a job because his mother made him. And he goes to get a job, and he finds this weird haunted place. And the wizard is like, "Sweep my floors." And he's like, "Hey." And the wizard is like, "Don't you want to hear a story?" "I said I'll sweep your damn floors." And so he sweeps the floors. And the wizard's spellbook, which can talk, is like, "Read me." I'm pretty fine with sweeping the floor. "Read me!" And so, eventually the book reads itself, and he loses his eye.
Okay.
It casts a spell on the Devil Man, and he loses his eye, and his eye haunts the Halloween maps to this day.
Yep, that and the Headless Huntsman.
Yeah, that was earlier. That was Halloween 2009.
What's the story behind him?
The Horseless Headless Horseman is the ghost of Silliest Man. That's why you fight him on Man Manor. It's his house.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's the ghost of Silliest Man.
The father.
No, that's Zephaniah Man.
Who's Silliest Man?
His brother.
He had a brother?
Yep.
Why'd you leave this out at the beginning?
Because I skipped over it accidentally. Anyway,
running out of time.
Yeah. Oh wow. Really? We're not even done yet.
Hurry.
There's like a bunch of shit to cover. We'll
Keep
do
going.
this. We'll do another episode. Silliest Man. He is a pumpkin with the ghost body now. That's how age works. If you kill him, you get his axe that he uses to kill everyone with. Hooray!
I still don't have one.
I have one. I had one a long time ago. There is a bunch more to cover, and we still have to cover Robot, but we'll get to that eventually.
Alright, let's get to the Christmas.
Christmas then. There was 2 comics for that. One of them was the engineer telling the Pyro what the true meaning of Christmas was. And the true meaning of Christmas is that Santa comes, right? And to the good kids, he gives the best gift of all, not abducting them.
And to
But the naughty kids get... What?
Yeah.
Oh, and the naughty kids get swiped away, and they get sent to a sweatshop to build toys and weapons and hats for mercs.
That's your dream, to have people swept away to do that for you.
Yeah, and then a rocket
You just
comes
admitted
and
to that. That's really...
Yeah, it is. And then another rocket, and then they find another rocket, and then inside the rocket is space guns for the pyro. No, for the engineer. And the pyro just gets nothing. The pyro gets a Moon Man pack of cosmetics. The pyro is an astronaut. That's Christmas, and then the soldier and the scout are forced to work at a mall as an elf and a Santa.
And the spy.
Oh, and the spy. The spy is there as backup. Because you need backup when you're doing a mall Santa job.
Anyways, continue.
And then in the middle of it, Saint Nick bursts in, and basically the spy enlists the help of a little scared kid to backstab him, and they win.
Yes,
they save Christmas.
You totally skipped over the fact that he was evil.
Oh yeah, no, I told you Santa was evil. You think someone like abducts children is not evil?
But you also have to remember about the items that came with all that.
Okay, fine. Everyone got festive weapons, for one. They're like the stock weapons with Christmas lights on them. Isn't
the
that fun?
spy-sicle?
I'm getting to that. The spy got an icicle, which he used to backstab Santa. The scout gets an elf outfit, and I forget the name of it. Rap Assassin.
Yeah.
Which is like a wrapping paper thing and like a Christmas ball.
Yup.
And yeah, was that it? Was that all the weapons?
Yeah, I think so.
Good.
Next.
Okay, next is actually the robot stuff. So
Man versus Machine, MarioMaster's Nightmare.
Basically...
I love how you just your tone just went down, like, into a depressed sound as soon as...
I know.
Continue.
Basically, Redmond and Blutarch are sent to the Alamo for a meeting.
No, actually they rented the Alamo building.
They rented the Alamo and bought it. Well,
no, they rented it, and they brought it somewhere else.
Anyway, they're sent there for a meeting, because either of them apparently sent each other a tear-stained letter, and they're like, what? I didn't send you a tear-stained letter. And then... Dun, dun, dun.
You forgot the more important part. Wait, no, we're not getting into this until you talk about what they said they were planning on doing.
Okay, fine. They were... I already half said it. They know what it is. They were planning on, like... Oh, you want me to say it like that? Okay.
Yes.
What they were planning on doing was, because they're nearly dead, and the Mann family will die with them, because they've been fighting over these stupid bits of land for so long, they are going to build another machine to make one of them pregnant.
Gravel-powered, I might add.
Gravel-powered machine, yes.
Yes. And the engineer apparently doesn't have the mechanical skills to do it, but we'll get to who they asked later in a split second. Anyways, continue, MarioMaster.
As I was about to say, dun, 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 there's a third child.
Yep.
Can't believe you stopped me in the middle of that. Anyway, there was the third guy, Gray Man, who has been abducted by an eagle all this time. He could talk as a newborn.
Which is creepy as fuck.
And so he got raised by this eagle as one of her children, and then when he was strong enough, he ate her and her children and crawled back to civilization.
Isn't that a lovely story?
And while Redmond and Blutarch were squabbling over their father's fortune and spending it all on the mercenaries and whatnot, Gray Man worked for his empire and built thousands upon thousands of robots.
Yep. And also he killed them.
He kills them at the end.
Yeah.
Even though, they've been dead already several times.
Yes. So then basically his plan is to take over by destroying every single thing Man-Co.
Man-Co.
Yes, not man, because then he'd be destroying his own shit. He just basically sets out to destroy Man-Co, and this is where the marks come in. Basically, Saxon Hale is off in somewhere fighting a Yeti, and he basically learns about the news about the fact that, well, Grayman is going to destroy Man-Co. What is Saxon Hale? He's basically the last representative of Man-Co. Well, that and a handful of useless people who don't matter. So basically what happens is the Mercs find out, like, oh, Man-Co's closed now. we really don't have a job. We're out of a job. And Saxon Hale's like, well, I'll give you a job. Fight those robots, because they're going to destroy everything Manco. And you know what that means. No more hats, no more weapons, no more this, no more that. By the way, you're not getting paid. But they run on money, so if you destroy them, you can keep what you get. So basically, this is where both the blue and the red team are disbanded. There's no more blue, there's no more red, there's only the Mercs. The Team Fortress 2 Mercs. So they basically band together and go like, yeah, let's go fight these robots. But what they didn't realize is what the hell they are getting their asses into. There are robots that are normal size, but then there's the big-ass robots, and then there's fucking tanks, and I wouldn't be surprised if another level comes out where you have to fight a gigantic robotic Saxton Hale.
They're making more tours of duty. This isn't the last thing we've seen of this.
Yeah, so there's more to come, most definitely. And it's a scary thing because of the fact that, well, Manco's gone. MarioMaster can't get any more hats.
No, it's set in the future. We don't know how far in the future, and they could easily make things that are back before this happened.
That is true.
For example, the Pyromania update with Poopy Joe and the launching of the rocket back in the war update, right? You with Doomsday, you could play over there, and you could relive that moment of history. That's far, far in the past, and it was just like a couple months ago.
Yeah. It's interesting, though, because that basically gives you the inevitability that both of them will die, the Mercs will be disbanded, basically showing you that this is the inevitability, everyone.
This is what's going to happen, yeah. There's going to be hordes of robots everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, there's not yet been something that's taken over from TF2's, like, insanely popularity. And I mean, there's games that are still played that are tens of years old.
Yeah, Counter-Strike is one of them as well.
Yeah.
It's also a Valve game.
Yeah, like, if the TF2 obviously will inevitably at some point no longer be a game that is played. When that happens,
Yeah.
MarioMaster will probably commit suicide.
Yeah.
And, anyways, continuing on my tangent, Team Fortress 2, sooner or later, will basically come to that inevitability of the machines take over. But basically, they're letting us do that ahead of time, so basically we'll know what happens ahead of time, and, you know, we already know what's happening. It's kind of like, yeah, here's the future, have fun with it. We're just going to do this stuff in the middle now, so you don't have to ask us how it all ends.
It ends with the robots taking over.
That would be a really depressing end.
Yeah, the robots just take over Manco, and it's just all...
No more hats.
Yeah, well, no. There's robot hats. They wear hats.
No, they are hats. Because you ripped them off their head.
No, the robots do wear hats. The Boxer Heavy wears the Pugilist Protector. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's like... It's the headgear with the mouthpiece.
Alright, well, we've gone 5 minutes over now, so guess what? We're out of time.
Oh, damn. Well, I covered what I could.
I've been Huntzerz.
I've been the MarioMaster, and there's plenty more shit to talk about, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah, and also we'll see you after What the Fuck Are You?
Hello, I'm Mar, and welcome
back
to
to work.
What the Fuck Are
I
You
heard
On?
that.
Where we take a look at the idiots of the world in the news. This week, we have a pop culture theme from the strange world of the internet to the everyday hero. So let's jump on in both legs at the same time and hope we can swim through the river of stupidity. Alright everyone, take a look at this picture and tell me what you see. 15 seconds more. So what do you see? Well, apparently it's an Instagram. Viewers see Nestle's new mascot, Pedo Bear, playing the drums. This was apparently an inaugural photo as they join the world of Instagram. I myself would like to give Nestle a big hand because they actually used an internet reference unintentionally. For those are some big ass Kit Kats. I mean, I've never seen them so big before. I wonder how they made good drumsticks. Maybe all you need is a little girl. I'm getting off topic. Though Nestle very quickly pulled this photo down, it seemed that the tweeters of the internet have some stuff to say. Aaron Holland wrote, "Listen, Nestle, if you want to use the internet, hire people who understand the internet. It's very true. Hey, you could hire me. I need a job. This one sucks."
Not a chance. Get back to work.
Oh, alright, jackass.
I heard that.
Fine, geesh. So apparently this has also brought up some of the facts about how Pedobear is said to be either endorsement for child pornography, or if it's something else, Kim, some last name, has said that it has reached a different level of meaning, where basically a debate started in the media. Interesting. So Pedobear has leveled up. Now we just need Anton Dawson to help us catch this Pedobear. He's climbing in your window, snatching your Kit Kat. Sup? Silly bear. Kit Kats are for kids. I think I need something to wash this Kit Kat down to get the taste out of my mouth. Let's see what the internet has to offer me to wash down that last story. Oh hey, this story should go over smoothly. Or maybe. Belvedere is in a wee bit of trouble from Twitter and Facebook images of a horrified looking girl with a guy wrestling her. Now at first when you see this image, it's pretty obvious this is not two people having fun. The advertisement reads, unlike some people, Belvedere vodka goes down smoothly. Well, like Nestle learned, that doesn't go over well. In other words, the advertisement seems to endorse rape, more specifically oral sex. Well, Belvedere, I hope your lawyers are good, because it'll be hard to get out of this one. Hope the court case goes down smoother than rape. Oh, don't worry. It's cool. Belvedere released a half-hearted apology. We apologize to any of our fans who were offended by our recent tweet. We continue to advocate of safe and responsible drinking. Well, I misspoke. This company doesn't seem to care about its customers, or they think rape is a good thing. They might as well have made their advertisement say, Belvedere vodka. You can use it to drink away the memories of that horrible night that happened in our last ad. Really though, rape is not awesome. It's fucking horrible. And after that half-hearted apology, we leave Belvedere in their own sticky mess they have created, and we move on to something else. Oh, you have to be kidding me! So after I was hoping to be done with this company, turns out this goes even deeper down the rabbit hole today. As you might remember from our rape endorsement and backhanded apology writing company, they recently had an ad which you saw just a moment ago. Well, you remember the picture? Well, apparently Belvedere does not actually realize where they got it from. Allison Packard, the woman featured in the advertisement, is suing the company Belvedere because it turns out the image was from a film, and they did not even have the rights to. So now she is suing them. Wow, you guys really like to screw yourselves over, don't you? You got plenty of money, so why did you steal an image? Jamie Feldman writes, so let it be known, companies can go find a video online, any video, take a screenshot, put it horribly different context, and expect to get away with it? Well, that's just great. The original video itself, link in the description, isn't even about rape. It's about baby pictures, so how the fuck in the head does a company need to be to turn something more innocent into something so dirty, disgusting? Though the video is a tad awkward, let's move on. Has anyone here ever ridden a horse? How about a metal one? Well, this man did. Notice anything about his appearance that strikes you as odd? That's right, he's not wearing a fez. No, but anyway, here's what is really going on. This man, you see, to me right, who we will call Super Stan, decided to wake up this morning and climb atop the George Washington statue in Union Square. Apparently once he did get atop of the statue, he was screaming, probably something like, Lois, Lois, where the fuck are you? Damn it, Stan, you're not Superman. How many times do we need to tell you this? Though no one that is not what the man was screaming. He was screaming about freedom while standing on George Washington. Interesting. It was nice, though. He got an audience before they came with the men in the white suits to bring him to the Fortress of Solitude. Witnesses say when police arrived, the man attempted to climb atop George Washington's head to escape. I truthfully thought he was going to fly, but no, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's just an idiot. That's all I got for you tonight. Back to you, Heavy and Medic. And please, guys, no drinking or case hats until tonight's show's over.
I've yet to meet one that can outsmart Doctor!
I am fully charged!
Charge! Wow! Are we gonna go like charge me and then that would like, wow.
You realize I'm recording, right?
My voice was like, boom, we're keeping that.
Yeah, okay.
I have ear raped everyone.
Anyways, thank you all for watching this much more edited and much better than last time's episode of Late Night.
It was much better until my voice just like, you are not going to say a word now. That's what happened. Like, my voice was like, you've been talking for far, far too long.
Yes, you have.
You know, that's the end of our show for this week. My voice has been dying. I have been the MarioMaster.
And I have been Huntzerz. But luckily, before this is over, we actually have a cold outro for the first time in the new show.
Yes.
Enjoy that, guys. And until next time, I'm Huntzerz.
And I am this guy. I just told you who I was.
Bye.
That was fun.
I'm still recording.
I know.
How did you know?
Are you still recording now? Fucking stop it.
No! I'm keeping this in! I'm keeping it in!
I will hang up on you.
Why would you hang up on me? Why would you hang up on me? Oh, that asshole hung up on me! And now that that's all out of the way, it's time to save Manco from hordes of robots.
That's all well and good. You of all people should know that I want to save the hats of the world. But there's a bunch of things I want to talk about with Team Fortress before we do.
The robots won't wait. In fact, I'm pretty sure they're coming to our studio after this. Like, right now.
Yes, but look at all the stuff I wrote down. There is a whole notepad of things I have yet to talk about.
We're out of time, MarioMaster. We set half an hour limit for the show.
Forget your rules. I talked the most for this past month. I get top billing. This is now my show.
I'm pretty sure I killed you on the show once.
Training with the Team Fortress Mercs has given me the ability to respawn. Go ahead, boss. Try to kill me.